Hello, hello, hello. This is me, Samantha, the Pro Se Queen, and on Justice TV. Today we're going to talk about a taboo subject, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to deal with it. Okay, first I want to tell you to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and hit the notifications and all of that. I do disclose my Cash App and my email address. A disclaimer that I'm not an attorney. I am not giving out any legal advice for those of you, but we're going to have a topic today. Okay. Now, one thing I do want to say, I want to thank all my subscribers, those who have donated. Please keep donating, and hey, whether getting bad, good, look, don't have to use this too much. And I am putting back on my makeup. Oh, I love it. I love this kind of weather. I tell you, heat and makeup do not mix. So anyway, let's go ahead and we're going to talk on this subject. Now, this is a taboo subject, and it's not in the best interest. A lot of people don't like it. They got mixed reviews for it, but we're going to talk about this. Child support. Child support. Believe it or not, child support is becoming some women a line of income for men. And this is it's kind of a little bit disturbing because, I hear people say, it takes two people to make a baby. That is so true. That is without logic and reasoning and mathematical. But you having a lot of issues where there are men who don't want kids, and women see that potential of getting child support, or they're using that as a means to keep that person with them, thinking that if they have a baby by them, that they're more than likely to stay with them. That's not true. Now, I'm gonna give you I was a single parent. Okay, I'm just gonna lay it out there. I was a single parent, and my partner of 7 years, we had a son, and then a couple of years after that, he went and he slept around with somebody, and he got two kids by them. And how I found out about my situation was that in Tennessee, if one put one on child support, they put the whole bunch on. They charge 21% per child to take care of a child. So I got lumped into child support. And I was devastated. I was truly devastated when I found out. But, when we went to court, some issues came up about paternity. And see, back in the days, I'm going to give you the history about child support back in Tennessee, back in the days, especially in Shelby County. But, DNA was coming out then. And back then, DNA wasn't the swab, it was the blood. And, I didn't have a problem doing it. I didn't have a problem. We never did it. My son looked just like him. If he ever decide along the way that's what he want to do, I don't have a problem doing that. I don't. I feel like that's a man's right to ask for paternity of a child, whether you're married, because of these dates and times, I don't see anything wrong. Either if you married, you dating, you be in a long-term relationship or whatever, I don't have anything to hide. So if I know I'm not, but if I was back in the day and, somebody asked me, look, I say I'm pregnant, I want a DNA, I'm not going to get all upset or bent out of shape. Okay. If I know I haven't done anything, it ain't nothing, it is what it is. I have a daughter, her husband, kids look just like him, especially the oldest. And he asked for a DNA. And she called me crying. I said, well, go ahead and do it. And she went ahead and did it. And came back, those were his. So, this day and age, you have to realize something. Men have doubts. But anyway, back to this. Back in I said back here around the 50s or 60s and 70s, before DNA came about, Shelby County, there was a judge called Kenneth Turner. And, when women went down there for child support for men, and, the old saying used to be in Shelby County, feed him till you look like it. And a lot of men walked away, didn't know if those children was theirs or not, and they ended up taking care of them and in 18. And then when DNA really came about, they found out that over half of those children that they had been taking care of were not even their biological children. So DNA have really been when I came out, my son was born my daughter was born in the late 80s, 89, and my son was born in 92, and that's when DNA had started coming out, and it was in its, I'll say, infancy stage at that time. So it really, at that time, it was, blood tests. You had to do blood tests. Now they got the swab for everything, and DNA has become more sophisticated than it back then. But still, you have right now, you still have fathers who are taking care of children that are not theirs. And that is, the new income, and in this day and age, that's becoming part of the norm. Women get upset when you ask them for a DNA test because they feel like, oh, well, I'm cheating. But I'm going to address it on both sides. I'm going to address it on, first of all, the ladies. It's sad that they got a TV session called Paternity Court because people, and then you can even go back, look at it. There are segments where women are 30 and 40 years old, my age, and they're finding out that these men are not their daddy, that their mama been sleeping around. And it seems like that's becoming the norm today, sleeping around. Well, ladies, if you're going to sleep around, use some kind of birth control. Because you got to, at the end of the day, when you go get child support, when you try to claim this man to be a father, if he's not a father, what he's going to do is he's not going to be there. He may tell you that, but he's not going to be there. And then you're going to end up with a whole basket full of kids. And then, that's all it is just child support. Child support is not designed. First of all, child support is not designed to take care of you, your 5 other kids, or it's not designed for that. Child support is designed as a percentage to help with the offset of both of y'all taking care of the kids. Let's say if the child was if it takes $1,400 to raise a child, then that person would pay $700 of that part, and you pay $700 of that. A lot of times you have children that go to private school, then it's half and half. But a lot of people think that child support is designed to get their hair done, their nails done, they feet done, they look good and stuff. That's not about child support. Child support is not designed for that. Child support is also not designed for you to take care of your man, your other man. It's not designed for that. Child support is meant for that child. So with that being said, if you got 2 kids and you getting child support for one, and it takes care of the need of the child. That's what it's designed for. But you can't blame men today for asking for DNA, because you got to realize, and I guess I'm old school, because when I was growing up, I was raised that you don't sleep around. They used to call you back then sluts. I don't know what they call you now. I think thoughts, but back in the day, you didn't sleep around with a lot of men. You didn't, even if he did it, you didn't do it. You still kept your dignity by not sleeping around. I'm from old school. It's a certain way that you dress. You can be sexy and then have to show all your butt and breasts and all down there. Man, imagine what you look like. He didn't have to see it before he got it, but he imagined it. But today, some of these women just go out here and they dress any kind of way. They dress, and it seems like the heavier they getting, the more scandalous they getting. They don't have, they walking around here halfway clothed or whatever. And then they, what you expect a man, you got to realize something. Even though this is 2020, you got to realize something. A man mind is still the same. He look at it, if she dressed like this, that what's that old saying? If it looks like a duck, quack like a duck, it's a duck. You can't expect a man to have respect for you when you are out there putting yourself out there. So, even though this is liberated and stuff, you gotta realize something. Don't be surprised if you sit here and you're in a relationship with a man and you've been sleeping around, and then, he asks you for a DNA. You can't get mad about that. You cannot get mad. You cannot even get upset about it. It is what it is. If you don't want to have, but it seems like, the women are having babies. For what? For child support. For child support. Or some kind of government assistance. Because, a lot of women say, well, no, I'm not. I'm this. No, it's all about, it's all about yourself. I got 2 kids. I ain't planning. I didn't want to have no 2 kids. Didn't want to have 2 kids, but I had them. I didn't want to, you know what? And I went through the battle. I went through that. I didn't bring no kids around, no men around my children. No, I didn't do all of that kind of stuff. No, because right now, I'm a mother, and I need to have some kind of rules and morals in my house before I sit here and start, and when I got a little bit older, yeah, I went out. But still, even before then, no, I'm not finna give up no cookie. I'm not finna give up the cookie for what? For what? A new car smell or for what? I'm not. Then if I get pregnant, shoot, I got to deal with that. I got to take on that responsibility. I'm not finna get all upset. And then, my cookie is priceless. I'm not finna give it up to you. Just because you want it. No, I went out on dates with guys and bought me stuff and everything. Now, and I tell them up front, don't think that because you ain't bought me this, you gonna get the cookie. You ain't finna get the cookie. You ain't finna get it. No. I had to sit down and I talked to him. I went out on a date with this one guy, found out he tells me he loves kids. He got 5 of them. Well, go love your own. Don't come and try to love my 2. But that's how it is. And then these, so you gotta expect that. You gotta expect that. That is becoming a market now. Why you think they have broadened juvenile court? Why you think that right now they got paternity court. They expanding juvenile court. They giving certain courts jurisdiction. They suspending men's license. We're going to get on the subject about the men. We're going to sit here and we're going to do all of that. Now, it's not all women's fault. It's not all women's fault. But I can say this, being a woman. Women can be some of the most scandalous people on this earth. And I agree with that part. I do. Because, it is what it is. And the courts favor some of that. The courts favor a lot of women who are going in there. I did a divorce case for a man. I give you a good case and example. Did a divorce case for this man. And he told me, he said, I had sex with my wife in August. I had sex with my wife in August. He said that was the last time. She left in September, the end of September, because she kept going in and out. She left in September and came back in October with a baby. And named the baby Hills. He said, Miss Samantha, that ain't his baby. That ain't my baby. I said, well, maybe y'all was having sex when y'all got back together. No, he told me that. But because he was married to her, the baby took on his last name. So they were going through a divorce proceeding, and he told the judge that it's not my baby. I did a petition for him to do a DNA test. The judge was so convinced that baby was his and that he was mistreating that woman, that he told him this, okay, she got to move back in the house. They were separating that. She ain't, they've been off and on for some years, separated, off and on. But this particular time, it went for over a year. He said, well, okay, so She said, well, he said, okay. And not only that, she gets the bedroom, the master bedroom. Wife came back in the house, put a lock on the door, everything. Giving him grief and hell. Oh, she clowning and just having company. They clowning. He kept calling Miss Samantha. I don't know what to do. Well, you got a DNA test. Went and took the DNA test. Came back. He got an email. He said that the baby wasn't even his. He went and told his wife. He said, I just want to let you know this baby that's in my name is not my child. She said, I know. When he went back to court, the judge just literally didn't know what to say because he had mistreated this man so bad because he just knew that baby was his. And then turned around and said, well, can y'all work something out? That man had been through a lot. And when he proved that child was not his, that should have been the end of that. But see, women, look at it. You got to realize something. They have that syndrome that, you know what, I'm putting a woman and a child out of that house. Even though she cheated, the baby was not his. I'm about to put a woman and her child out. So then he went and pleaded with the guy and said, well, is there anything y'all can do? We can't let her walk out with nothing. Well, like I told him, go back in there, because he was asking me, Miss Samantha, what should I do? I didn't give him no legal advice. I said, well, just go back in there and tell that judge that won't she call the baby daddy? You're not the baby daddy. And get your name back from that because he didn't sign a birth certificate. So, like I said, that's the new income because she was going after his Social Security. And had he not done a DNA, she would have gotten out of the Social Security. Unfortunately, before the divorce was ever over with, she died. So that saved him. Now, I'm going to talk to you men about things. Stop sitting up here. Free sex is not free. You can sit here and you say, oh, I just got it one time. I hit it and quit it. But free sex is not free. It comes with a price. Either you're going to get some drama, you're going to get a venereal disease, or you're going to get a baby. Them three. You're going to get that start all over. It's not free. Ain't nothing free in this world but air and death. That's the only two I see. And when women are so quick to give you their body or suck on you or do all of this stuff, then you got to realize you ain't getting nothing free. It's something behind there. And child support will mess up your life, especially if it's a child that's not yours. It's a men that have basically had to move out of the state they was in, start all over, got $3,000 and $4,000. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Once that rearage get in, it's impossible. It is impossible to complete. And 9 times out of 10, it's gonna get completed long after that child turns 18. So you can sit here and you can say, well, I'll just wait till she get 18 now because that account still stay active for at least 5 to 7 years. So that person, the mother can go back and say, I want to reactivate this. And they'll find you where you at and garnish you your check. No matter what state you're in. It's called interstate child support. It's domestic and then it's interstate. So how do you avoid all of that? How do you avoid it? Some things can be avoidable. Stop having sex with everybody. All these women ain't queens. All these women are not about, they about their business. They are about their business. They tell you they want something in life. They are about their business. They telling you that. And you know what their business are? Getting your income. Just think if a woman was getting child support from 3 men with 3 different babies. Half of them ain't got to even work. Don't even have to work. Depends on the child support. And ladies, I'm gonna be honest. If I was a man, I wouldn't want to be with no woman that got 3 or 4 kids by 3 or 4 different men. I don't even care if she got 3 or 4 kids by one man. I wouldn't want it. Because it's drama behind it. It's drama behind all of that. And you think that when you get that child get 18, that it's over with. It's not. Men, you guys got to start being more selective. The juvenile court is not designed to help you. It's not designed to be fair. And I'm telling you this. A woman is telling you this. Juvenile court, the court system is not designed to be your friend in juvenile court. It is to get your money. It's to process it. And the reason why they're doing that is because the state, it takes the burden off the state and it puts it on the individual. If you sign the birth certificate and find out later on, it's cases that have happened. If you find out later on that you ain't the child's father, but you've been paying 18 years, hard-earned 18 years of your money into that system, you can't get that back. You can't get that back. And you got to realize something. A woman who been sleeping around, she ain't going to get the one that, and if I'm wrong, y'all comment on this. She's not going to get the one that they can't do nothing for the child. She going to go after the one that's got a job. He got an income coming in. Or he doing for his other kids. And she just putting hers in there in a lump too. So you're going to have to decide when you sit here and you say, oh, you know what? Maybe, get to talking to him. But you know what? You can find out how a person is by talking to him. Mine was a nerd when he cheated. But he had the money to take care of his 3 kids. The 2 that was by her and the one. He didn't miss a beat. Still gave me money and still took care of me. Didn't miss a beat. And I didn't let the judge talk crazy to him or nothing. But that's because we had a relationship. And when he thought that he was going to lose his job because of economic, I went on his behalf and told the judge, no, don't touch him, because he was a good father. See, I was willing to work with him. See, so, but and that's another thing. Ladies, y'all got to stop trying to use these children as pawns and weapons to hurt this man. If he want to see the child, let him see. I'm the first person to speak from experience. It's a beautiful thing when you can take your child over there and let him and his new woman take care of that child while you go out and have girl time. Oh, have girl time. Go get your feet done, your nails done, look good, make your face up, go out, you ain't got to get in no serious relationship. Go out, have some fun, come on back home. If you want to spend the weekend, you ain't got to worry about it. Then you bring him home on Sunday, you're getting ready for school, that's another day. They start taking trips together as a family. Because I wasn't giving her no drama. I wasn't giving, my son came home with the latest shoes and he was able, they help him go to college and help me with his tuition, help me with all of that. The daddy did, the girl, the wife because I told her, I said, you know what, you can't get rid of me. We all in this bed together. I wasn't sleeping with him, but we in it together. Ain't no use in it, he ain't gonna disappear, so you might as well make the best of it. I didn't call her house. When he did something, I didn't call her house. I didn't do all of that. And you ladies who get pregnant by married men, and stuff and thinking he gonna leave his wife. It's not gonna happen. You're gonna get child support and you're gonna get drama with it. So you gotta choose and pick and choose your battles. If you're getting child support with the man and he's paying, look here, co-parenting. Learn how to co-parent. Look here, I want to go out and do this. Well, he said, well, I want to take my son. Yeah, go and take. Long as you know your child is not in harm's way, go do it. But see, you know what? When it's all about the money and not the child, they gonna clown with you about the child support. Not picking them up, not doing this, not doing that. It's about that child support. So it's becoming a new income. It's becoming a new income. Pick and choose who you lay down with. I tell my son that all the time. You better be very careful who you have a baby by, because that's a life decision. And if you get an ignorant one, you think you're going to have to live with this ignorant woman for the rest of your life, because even when the child get 18, if a man ain't grown, then, when y'all get 40 and 50, you ain't going to have time for that. That drama is going to be over with. That drama is going to be over with. Even you young cats that's sitting out here now, having all these babies and stuff, y'all, you 20, you got 4, 5 different baby mamas. And then when you get up in your 40s and 50s and then you feel like you want to have a woman, you're ready to settle down and have a woman. What kind of woman gonna want to be with you with all them doggone kids? A woman like me ain't gonna want to be with you. I'm a laid back woman. I ain't gonna want to fool with you and your kids mama. Are you crazy? And I know you ain't gonna fool with mine. No. I tell you, go back there. Your life is there. Think about what you doing and who you laying down with. Think about it. A lot of people say that marriage is, I don't want to get married, and marriage is not an institution. I promise that I am a strong advocate of marriage, because somewhere along the line, you either going to grow up or you're never going to grow up. And don't marry the woman just to get off of child support. Have a bond, because then that's just going to create drama, mess that child up, and then society got to deal with another child. So when you're talking about, like I said, the new income is child support. How you do it. How you get a bond with that. The advice before I close out with the ladies is that, ladies, if you got 2 or 3 kids by 3 different mamas, you having a baby by him is not going to make him stay with you. It's not going to make him loyal to you. It's not going to make him any more or less of a man. He just a baby breeder. And you just going to be part of it. When I lived in Shelby County, it was one man. He was making $10 an hour and had 5 baby mamas. And one of them was getting $1.57 a week. She wasn't even getting no money. That's 21%. And do you get mad at her? No, you don't get mad at her, because you know why? Because she knew about the other 3 or 4 and chose to be with him. She chose to be with him, thinking she gonna save him, that she's the one that's gonna turn his life around. A man has to want to turn his life around. You can't force a man to be with you. You can't make a baby a baby ain't gonna do nothing but either add to it or make it worse. You cannot make a man stay with you with a child. You cannot make a man stay with you, and getting child support and holding back a child is not gonna make him, is not gonna hurt him. It's gonna hurt you, because if he get out the picture, you're gonna be stuck carrying that load. I advise any woman, take advantage of him seeing his child. Men, you can't turn a thought into a housewife. You can't make a thought be faithful to you. You can't make a thought, turn around and do all this. If she's sleeping with you and her boyfriend, if she's sleeping with you and somebody else, instead of you, the least thing, the thing I wouldn't be just worried about is her having a baby. I'd be thinking of AIDS, syphilis, genital warts. These AIDS cannot be cured. Genital warts cannot be cured. Walking around with a disease. But it seems like everybody want to have that sex. They want to have that sex. Everything, like I said, everything free ain't good for you. And men, if you want to continue, if this society going to continue, I guarantee you're going to be ending up working for the system. Because the system is going to take that money and give it to that woman. And if she have enough kids, she going to get it both ways. She going to get it and earn